Hi guys, we're here. Oh my gosh. It's time for the room tour. Look at this. That's what I was saying. I needed that to arrive yesterday before I could do anything, before I wanted to do a video, because that corner was just too cluttered. And I've, as you've noticed from other videos, I've used an old bedding box. It's like a window seat box, but also doubles as a bedding box, and it has got all my materials in it. That plastic tub there has actually got a couple of boxes of 12 by 12 cardstock in that I do need to organise. I'm going to cut it up to put it in them drawers, but yeah, and then a basket on top that's just basically a catch-all kind of thing, just throw stuff in there. Yeah, that bag is full of mealtime stuff. But yes, I'm going to get another one of them because I don't like how dark that one is, and it's an old one and it's actually broken at the back. But it's just tidied that bit up, and that corner, it looks awesome now. I'm happy. I'm very happy now. But yes, so I'm not going to show you in detail, but that is our backyard. And today we haven't got blue skies, but we've got sunshine, so random. So let's get on with it. Tripod that I'm actually not using at the moment because I'm using that one, but we will see how that goes. But yes, so here we are guys. There's the entrance, there's the living room. That wall there is where this huge unit used to be, which I have pinched and brought in here. Because we was going to build a desk there that would have been the width of that and the length of that actually. So how perfect was that? And that, besides the printer, is my metal hand stamping area, which is what it always was going to be. But yes, Type Man was going to build me a desk and reinforce it and what have you, to take the impact and vibrations from the stamping. I won't say constant stamping because I don't actually do it that often now, but I still wanted the space to play. But yeah, but now we don't need to build a desk because we have this, and it just sitting there in that corner with the CD player on it and other stuff, doing nothing. One day last week he just walked past it and we were looking for something. I said, oh, it's in the top drawer, ain't unit. So he went and got it and then turned and looked at me and he's like, does this unit actually ever get used, or is it just storage? Or like, well actually, now you come to mention it, it does get used. I do have stuff in it. This needs, there's nothing, I'm not going to go into detail in what's in there. That's going to be a different video anyway, because that'll take me 4 hours. But yeah, it moved in here with the stuff in it. I haven't taken any stuff out of it, but that cupboard there is full of the baby stuff. So all the stuff for the grandbabies, like extra nappies, bags of wipes, clothes, all sorts of stuff in there. But it's always been like that ever since Taylor was little. That drawer, that cupboard there was always, well actually it was the other way around. That cupboard there was the toy cupboard. That cupboard with the lock on was the nappies, wipes, food, that sort of like baby formula, that sort of stuff cupboard. That's why there's a lock on it, because that was always the play cupboard. And Taylor and his best friend Connor used to open the cupboard, pull all the toys out, and both of them sit in there, one on each shelf, and shut the door behind them playing peekaboo. Yeah, the drawers were always too heavy for them to open, but they were always junk drawers anyway. So that cupboard is still full of baby stuff, and the rest of it is junk, and of course that one's got a lock on it, so even more junk went in there. I am, however, going to empty that out. With it having a lock on it, I'm going to let Five Man be privileged enough to keep that cupboard for himself. He can put his the tools and stuff we need in the house, but we've nowhere to put them out of the way of the children. I'm going to let him put his stuff in there because them cupboards are quite deep. And yeah, and it's got a lock on. It's not great, but it's enough to keep the kids out. I mean, it's stood up to the test over the years with Taylor and his little friend Connor. And Taylor's cousin Jennifer, and all the other babies that have come and gone in the house too. But yeah, but then like I said, this is a big solid chunky cupboard. It's reinforced underneath in the middle as well with a A-frame. So it was perfect for what we needed. However, the top isn't that thick. The top of it is literally just this. And I bet it's not, well, yeah, there. It's literally just this little piece of board, and as you can see, it's lifting. It's hollow. But the rest of it is this big, thick, chunky wood. So before I acquired that, we'd said about, well, if it's no longer being used, I'm going to stick it in there. It says building a desk, blah, blah, blah. After I measured, and I'm like, it is the perfect width and length. Height-wise didn't matter, but height-wise was perfect too. It's just a touch higher than what the desk is that I sit at, but that doesn't matter. Not now I've got this PC bar stool chair. That's fine. But as you've seen in other videos, when I sit on it, it kind of suctions to the floor and I can't move it. But yeah. But then I said, right, well, we'll get this in here, and then we'll go and we'll get a kitchen countertop cut off, whatever. Doesn't even have to go full length, but we'll get a kitchen countertop. And I just so happened that same night to be talking to Mum. Went across for a brew, and I was talking to Mum about it, and she wandered off like she always does. Nothing unusual. She were halfway through making tea. I was talking to Dad as well, and then she come back in with Dad in her hand, and she's like, is this any good? Oh my God, it's perfect. We measured it anyway, and I'm like, yes, it is perfect. And it matches the kitchen. Not that it matters. The kitchen's just over there, but it actually matches the kitchen because we pinched some of this off them before. But yeah, this was just an offcut that they had, and it's perfectly finished here at the front. Not at the sides, but I'm not worried about that. It is way more thick enough here to take the impact of stamping as well as the unit itself. And it hangs over the front by about, what did I measure it at? I think I measured it at about 1.5 inches, just under. But that's fine, no problem. So, but yeah, and it is perfect, absolutely perfect. Like width-wise and depth-wise, it goes right to the back of the wall as well. But yeah, it's just absolutely perfect for what I needed, and it saved me, well, both of us, a whole heap of money in the process. So yeah, and then we had this gap, and Third Man's like, well, we'll just wait a bit longer, and we'll just get a small offcut to put next to it. It doesn't even need to match, really. I'm like, no, I'm not bothered about it matching. Really couldn't care less. So that's what we were going to do. And then it was like, well, hang on a minute. We need somewhere for that. Which originally that was going to go there. But that didn't work out. So that was like the absolute perfect place for it. So there the A3 printer lives. Which left a tiny gap here. In between. It didn't leave a gap, I left a gap, I evened it out. But yeah, so that's perfect because the lamp sits there, and now I can hide my hammer under there. So, perfect! But yes, I love this corner. And actually this corner stays the most tidiest because I don't stamp every day. So, you know. And also this is a tailor corner too. Because obviously he can sit on that chair, and because this bit really never gets used unless I'm stamping, let me just check. Yeah, there's nothing personal in there. This drawer is going to get emptied, and then we're going to use this for Taylor's art supplies because he loves to draw, so all of his books, not paper pads, artist pads, what are they? His sketch pads, that's it. Oh gosh, sketch pads, his pastels, his watercolour pens and watercolour pencils and stuff that I got him for Christmas to try and encourage him to draw more. We're going to put all them in there, and then anytime he wants, night or day, doesn't matter whether I'm in here or not, providing, he's been told, providing that tabletop there is clear, like that, sit down and do what you want. So, doesn't even matter about this getting paint on it, it will come off, but he knows where all the, like here, he knows where the parchment paper and stuff is. A roll of kids drawing paper and stuff, he knows where it is. So yeah, so I'm quite looking forward to having him back in here at times, because I swear to goodness, guys, I miss him so freaking much. To say I spent so long huddled up in that corner, with him huddled up in that corner, I'm thinking, oh, I can't, you know, in a non-nasty way, I can't wait till you're out and you've got your own space and I've got mine. But oh my word, guys, I miss him so much. I really do. But it's worked out great, because we do actually see more of him now he's gone upstairs, which sounds strange because he does go upstairs to play, but he's been coming down quite regular for a brew and that sort of thing, and just sitting and chatting. And while I'm working in here, he does come and sit there and talk to me, which is awesome. But also, we've been watching films every night. We've, like, over the last week, we've watched the first Hobbit film, all 3 Lord of the Rings, the second Hobbit film last night, and then this morning before he went to school, like about 25 minutes before he went to school waiting for the bus, he put the third Hobbit film on, which we will finish watching tonight. So yeah, it's been awesome. Spent more time with him over this last week since he's been upstairs than I have in the last month, because he just squirrels himself away in here and we never saw him. It's been awesome. Anyway, like I say, that's that corner sorted. Sewing corner, which has always been there. Oh, look at this sun shining in, guys. Honestly, just look at that. I love the way, depending where I am, how the light catches different things in this room. It's awesome. Absolutely awesome. I went with white for that unit. I was going to go with the black so that it tied in with the desk, but for that simple reason, it's a proper sun trap is this room. One of the other reasons I wanted to be down here too. So I went with the white one. It's all chrome anyway, but the drawers were black. But I'm like, no, I'll go with the white one and we'll brighten that space up. And that's exactly what it did, and I'm well chuffed. Because when the sun comes in, look at it. It's amazing. Yeah, ignore the dusty, dirty windows. I haven't got that far yet. But I have a bookshelf. And for those of you who watch the craft with me, and I'm not sure whether I did mention it because I did that video twice, I lost the envelopes that I was embossing yesterday. I haven't lost them, guys. They're in them books. They're actually sandwiched between the pages in them books at the bottom because I wanted to flatten them out. But yeah, I remembered last night. But yeah, so, and the rest of it you've already really seen in other videos while I was doing it, in the Organised with me video, well, not with me, but the Organised videos that I did. But yeah, so there's the filing cabinet. That is a proper filing cabinet. I think I've shown you this before, and it is used. I bought some proper hanging file folders for it a few months before Christmas, and, well, a few months last year. Before Christmas, but quite a few months last year before Christmas, and did that. All my beading stuff's got relegated up there because I'm not doing that at the moment in time. However, when I do, my beading tray is now underneath the desk. They need sorting out. Them are old calendars. Some I'm gonna cut up and use, and the others I need to shred and get rid of properly because they have personal information on, and then drawers still full of junk. And then we come to the toolbox, which is very useful. Besides it being a toolbox, this used to have paper in it. Now it actually has tools in it. Fancy that. All my trimmers, extra cutting mats, trimmer, envelope, punch board, other trimmers, brayers, jelly plates, scoreboard, stamping pad. I think I just said that anyway. It's not a stamping mat, it's a stamp platform, that's the one. But yeah, they fit in there just nicely, and this is awesome because when I'm not in here, I don't know why, I don't think it'll last, I have a thing about when I'm not using the chair, it's got to be pushed under the desk. I think it's because I've got so used to making sure it was pushed under the desk or out the way of Taylor when we were in that corner. Yeah, it just feels more clean and tidy in here if the chair's properly under the desk, which it is right now. But when I am using the chair and the desk, this toolbox gets turned and put in that corner, well, that space under the desk, which is handy because it's a wasted space, that's where my feet go. I've got a table there with the bin on it and a little box full of junk under there that's got my basket full of scraps in it, paper scraps in it. But like I said, whilst there, the chair still goes under the table enough for me to sit, but I can put my feet on it and use it as a footrest. How cool is that? But yeah, like I said, to me it just doesn't, when I'm not in here or I'm not using it, the chair doesn't go under the desk. I don't know why, but I get a weird feeling that it's not tidy. It drives me insane. So yeah, I've kind of got to, well, I don't got to, but at the moment, OCD is telling me when you're not using it, put it back under properly. So, yeah. And there we go. But yeah, it just feels more finished. My Sizzix machine and my little Aldi die cutter are under there. They've been moved around several times. So have them drawers. And them. I've swapped them around a few times, but no. And them, because them drawers were over there not long since, but yeah. Every day I come in, I still faff and fiddle and move a few more things and what have you, but we're getting there. I kept one of these baskets of storage because that is my progress projects, including my 2 design teams. I did have the basket under here originally, but I have since, they're not plugged in, but I have since bought some strip lights that just stick on underneath the shelf. And I've kind of wound them back and forth. So it creates one huge strip light all the way along. It was 5 metres in length, but I've done it so that it goes back and forth all the way along. Oh my god, it lights this desk up like a Christmas tree, guys. It's awesome. However, this piece of paper is just a piece of that kid's paper. This piece of paper had to go there because without the piece of paper there, everything's fine. But can you see there? And when I was sat here, that is in my eye line, and when that's on, it was giving me a headache. So that piece of paper just gets put there, which kind of, what do they call it? Softens it. It doesn't bother me, which is awesome, and it doesn't alter the lighting down here either. But yeah, so it was a 5 metre. I've got the box here. I kept it so that I could show you guys. It was a focus. Can't focus this camera with one hand. There you go. It is the daylight white strip lights, LED strip lights, and it was 5 metres, and it was UK wise £12.99 on Amazon. Yeah, awesome. And it, seriously guys, like I said, it lights the desk up like a Christmas tree. But yeah, and there we go. Now we come to the desk. That makes me laugh so much. That is my glue book, and it just fits in that gap there nicely. And for 3 days now I've been looking for it. Every time I sit down I'm like, where have I put my glue book? It's there, right in front of me. Honestly, it's going to take a while to get used to stuff being in places. And look, I found it. I finally found it. The metal edged centre ruler that's been missing for, oh my gosh, almost a year. About 7 or 8 months anyway, easy, tops. I bought it and then promptly lost it. The advent calendar box, which is awesome. It's got loads of little knickknacks in. That's got my paper clips in that I use a lot now. Yeah, and then just some little knick-knacky stuff in the corner. These all still need sorting. And the little tubs with labels and stuff in. My favourite scented candle projects I was working on yesterday. But yeah, like that corner's still annoying me because it's still really cluttered. But that's because that is cluttered. I haven't sorted anything. So another basket there with some bits in. My pad. My Angela drawer, as I have started referring to this too as, and it is a drawer full of nothing but packaging that I've been salvaging thanks to watching Angela Kerr's videos. And yeah, But she's right what she said though. I mean, we pay an arm and a leg really, don't we, for good quality card stock and stuff. We don't need to because the back of packaging is just as good. And it's pretty much the same colour as some of the cardstock that we buy. So, but yeah, but I've got to go now, guys, because Third Man's gone to pick grandbaby number 3 up. And he's probably actually trying to ring me, so he'll be cursing me. So yeah, I'm going. I will see you all soon. Goodbye.